Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello. My name is Loey. I had asked on Twitter if there was anything specific you guys wanted me to cover or make a video on, and a lot of you guys said you just missed the old-fashioned scary story readings. I found this story one late night while I was browsing the internet looking for stuff to creep myself out with. It is by Tobias Weed. I will have his links down below, but it is all about recordings found from the dark web, and the story that these recordings tell is chilling. So grab your snack, grab your drink, settle in, and let's read this story together. It's titled, "I found the recordings of two men who explored the dark web, and what I saw was a nightmare." July 1st, 2018. A face is staring into the camera. Sandy hair, mid-20s, male, somewhat reminiscent of a squirrel in his rabid mannerisms. The big day is finally here. This is our first time testing out our new spider bot on the dark web, and we're both pretty excited. We've only got a week left to iron out the bugs before Kevin has to defend his thesis, but I don't anticipate any problems. Kevin is nervous as hell, but the kid is an absolute genius. He's still configuring his Tor network and VPN, so I'm going to catch everyone up who are just now joining the stream. Typical web crawlers haven't been able to explore the dark web because they can't index specific inputs like forms or authentication passphrases. I'm mostly here for moral support and don't understand it completely, but Kevin's Spiderbot has machine learning algorithms which have been training the last few weeks to learn a new adaptive method of keyword selection. You hear that derisive snort at my oversimplification? Yeah, that's Kevin. Say hello, Kevin. The streamer looks off camera. Off camera voice. Shut up, Brian. Whatever, screw you too, man. Based on the training results, we should be able to index a couple thousand pages a day. Google only reaches 16% of all available websites, so that means it's going to take us approximately forever to get through it all with our current computing power. This is just a proof of concept though. All we're using at the moment is Kevin's old laptop that his dog Crinkles practically smashed. The power cord was stretched across the room and this little bulldog comes barreling right through, indistinct grunt off camera. Hold on, it looks like we're good to go. If all goes well, then in a couple of months, you're going to start reading about how the dark web ceased to exist because of our little spider. I'm going to end the stream now to let it get started, but join us again tomorrow to explore all the cool stuff we found. July 3rd, 2018. The sandy-haired man is back. There are bags under his eyes, but he's as enthusiastic as ever. Hey guys, it's me again. Sorry for the delay, but we hit an unexpected bump. Spider was doing great and had already logged a few hundred sites when it abruptly stopped with this weird error. It keeps telling us that it has already indexed everything. Kevin is able to manually direct it to keep finding new sites, but as soon as it's automated, it just says it's finished again. Kevin is practically ripping his hair out, but it's not like this has been a complete waste of time. We did discover a brand new, never before seen color that I'm pretty sure didn't used to exist. All Kevin had to do was put on a white t-shirt a few weeks ago, then eat nothing but barbecue chicken wings and sweat out the sauce. The camera starts to pan to the left. An unseen hand pushes it back into place. Anyway, Brian rambles, it looks like we still might be a while, so off-camera voice. Got it. I don't understand it, but I've got it. Well, whip me red and call me applesauce because it looks like we're back in business. Off-camera voice. What? That's not a saying. Nobody says that. Kevin, you've got to get out more. People are saying that like all the time. So what was the holdup? The off-camera voice continues. It's all linked. Look at this. A drug marketplace, an anime forum, a counterfeit producer, some dungeon adult films. You have my attention. Off-camera voice. It's all referencing the same destination. Spider stops indexing because it thinks it's got the whole dark web in this one site. I'm going to try to get in. That relates to a joke. I know. Off-camera voice continues. Here, Brian starts telling a stupid joke, and Kevin quickly tells him to stop. They've all got something to hide. It's gotta be a blackmail thing. These guys must be tunneling into other websites to get info or hold them ransom. But there's no way they can be everywhere. Every single site Spider finds. No. They're on my computer. I have no idea how they trace Spider back, but the mouse is moving on its own. It's typing an address into Tor. What are you doing? Off-camera voice. Popping out the battery. The power button isn't working. No, don't. The streamer dives off camera. Bumping noises. Off-camera voice. Dude, give that back. The streamer returns in front of the camera holding an old battered laptop. Nah man, this is what the people are here to see. Let's find out where these hackers are trying to take us. I swear to God, Brian. The off-camera voice finally hurtles across the screen. The streamer's chair tips over and both men go down. The laptop is left in front of the camera where a long line of seemingly random letters and symbols are typing themselves into the address bar of a Tor browser. Indistinct, muffled swearing. The website loads. A countdown timer starting at 15 minutes begins to tick down. Kevin and Brian stick their heads up over the desk in unison to stare at it. At least shut that freaking camera off, Kevin says. Only if you'll let it count down so we can see what happens, Brian replies, swatting away Kevin's hand, which stretches out for the laptop. God, you're the worst. Whatever, fine. Just shut it off. The sandy man begins to wave, but the screen cuts out halfway through. When the stream turns, the timer reads 15 seconds. The angle is weird, as if the camera is in his lap, hidden beneath the desk. The looming Brian is pacing and muttering to himself in the corner of the screen. Kevin surreptitiously leans over the camera and gives a thumbs up, mouthing the letters OMG. The timer hits 0 and stays there. A dog starts barking somewhere in the distance. Are you happy now? Kevin grunts. Give it back, okay? There's a knock at the door. A single knock. Loud and deliberate. The barking intensifies, snarling, growling. All hell breaking loose in its little world. Not really, Kevin whispers. A second knock, then a third, each about 3 seconds apart. You get it, both men say at nearly the same instant. They stare at each other until the next knock. This is your fault, Kevin wheezes in a voice halfway between a whisper and a shout. Yeah, he replies. He approaches the door, the camera angle still at waist height. Then, in a louder voice, who is it? Are you still recording? Kevin hisses. Unbelievable. The screen is filled by the door as Kevin gets closer. He's right up against it, so he's probably looking through the peephole. Crash. A sound loud enough to max out the speaker volume. The door explodes inward in a wave of splinters. The screen shakes erratically, and there's nothing but splinters and lances of light, and screaming. A gray-skinned hand streaks across the camera. If you freeze the frame, you'll notice that the skin looks more like a coarse cloth and that there is stitching running up and down the fingers. The stream cuts off. July 10th. The streamer is back. His face seems paler. His skin is breaking out and his hair hangs in greasy strings around his face. He's sitting at a bare table in a concrete room. The lights are dim, but there's a large man standing in the back of the room. His hands are folded motionlessly in front of him. Yeah. Hi guys. This might be my last broadcast for a while. He glances back at the figure in the corner, but there is no movement. Back at the camera. Kevin's okay. I mean, he's different, but he's okay. He glances back to the corner of the room, but the figure still hasn't budged. Brian's shadow shifts with his movement, and for a moment, the stitched cloth/skin of the person in the corner is visible, running all the way up his arm. I guess they had something like Spider. They were only tunneling into websites on the dark web anyway. I guess those kinds of people could disappear without as many questions being asked. They wanted my followers to know, though. Brian swallows. He looks behind again. Then, a sudden burst of movement, grabbing the camera and dragging it up to his face. Close your browser, now. Shut off your computer. The figure in the back has started to move. Great, lumbering steps, charging forward. Brian's words are a breathy rush. It takes only 15 minutes for them to find you once they've established a connection. The cloth hands seize Brian from behind and drag him off camera. Don't do this, Kevin, he shouts. How long has your browser been open already? Just shut the dang thing off. There's a heavy thud. A heavy-set face appears in front of the camera for a moment. The human eyes look strange, embedded within the cloth. Stitches run down either side of the face, along the jawline. The cloth might just be sewed to the skin, but it fits so closely to the anatomy of Kevin's face that it looks more like the cloth has replaced it. The stream cuts to black, replaced by the last few seconds of a depleting timer. What did you guys think of this one? I know this is my first proper story reading back in a while, and honestly, this one gives me such crazy chills. I couldn't think of a better one to come back with. I really love dark web stories. I find them fascinating and terrifying to like an incredible degree. I always watch my friend Corpse Husband's videos on different dark web stories. I'll have like one of my favorites of his linked down below if you guys want to kind of continue on this trend. And though the one I read today is just a creepypasta story, it doesn't make it any less freaky. Let me know what you guys think of this one down below, and thank you so very much for watching my video today. If you did enjoy, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.